Well, Graeme, congratulations on an eventful night tonight. What did you make of that?
If we hadn't got the result, I would have said it was exactly what we wanted from the tie. It was a really good test. It was a real exposure to a different style of football. There was a stark difference between academy football and men's football, and we prepared the boys really well. I have to say the game kind of panned out in the way that we thought it would, and in the first half we weren't precise enough, we weren't slick enough. Gave them opportunities which they took, and they're good at what they do, and you can see why they've had so much success in recent years, and credit to them for their method and the way that they play. They were tough. The players know they've been in a proper battle, but I'm proud of the way that they stuck to what we try and do and how we try and play the game, and I'm pleased for them getting through. We can't replicate that any way, shape or form. The stress of standing up to the physical contest, the emotions of getting back level, and then the nerves of actually going through a penalty shootout. I think the game is really a fantastic teacher, and we're glad that we've got that exposure for our players. They will be so much better for this experience.
And we scored some great goals as well and played some good football too.
Yes, and I'm, as I said, I'm really proud of our method and the way we want to play. I still think we can be better. I still think we can be slicker. I still think we can be braver. But when you see what this team are capable of, I've said it all the way through that their talent has set the floor for how far they'll go. It's down to their attitude and their understanding and their willingness to learn to dictate how far they will go. So that'll set the ceiling on their ability, on their career. And although we see them at times at their weakest, and we see them at times at their most vulnerable, days like today are invaluable in a young player's experience, and I think that we're seeing growth. We're seeing growth every single day with them, and I think from the start of the campaign in this cup competition, we've seen a real development and a real step forward. And our two centre halves today have learnt more playing in that game than in the last couple of years, I would say. Completely different method, but valuable experience for them, as I said.
And that's been 4 away wins in this competition and into the last 8 now. How great of an achievement is that for this group of players?
Well, if you think before this competition kicked off, we hadn't won a game in this competition, so now we're into the further reaches of it, as you said, and we're just proud that our education for the players is of such a level that they can cope with different tasks. I mean, last week we played young boys in a completely different style of game, and then we started today with, I think it's 3 under-18s, 5 under-19s, and brought an under-17 on the pitch, and still maintained our method, still maintained our intensity, and we're actually seeing the fruits of labours, not just for myself, although I get to talk to you guys. I think you look at the penalty shootout, Bud makes 2 great saves, but that goes down to the work done with him by Graeme Smith, our goalkeeping coach, our analyst George, getting Solihull's penalty takers that we've had the research done, and Peter's work with the strikers and their movement. Every single person on our staff has contributed to that win today. As much as the players are going to get in front of you and get the praise, as they should, because they did the work, the prep done by the staff behind the scenes, even in terms of our travel, has been top draw, and I'm pleased that will get recognised by the players, hopefully, and we're all contributing to their development.
And a bit of a mention for Bud as well, the 2 saves in the penalty shootout.
Bud's just been thrust in it, and he's a little bit wide-eyed because the balls have been crossed into his box, and his big guy's crashing into the goal. He's been bumped and bruised, but he had the strength of character and the strength of will to step up and make good saves at the right time. And those people who've watched Rangers for a long time will tell you that there are times when Rangers goalkeepers don't have a great deal to do because we dominate the ball, but when called upon, they make top level saves, and he's just gone and done it. And he's only a young kid, he's a young guy, he's got loads of development to go, but once again, he is walking off that pitch today feeling 10 feet tall, and if you could bottle this emotion for him, you can make a fortune out of it. Just give it to him, take it away, and actually refer to this. Back in the times when it's going to get difficult, and it will, just refer to this and keep this in your mind, because, as I said, experiences like this don't come too often for our young players.
And over 400 Rangers fans here tonight as well.
Brilliant. I think they've been entertained. One thing you can almost guarantee with us is goals. Not always a good thing for me, but I hope and I think they'll have gone away thoroughly enjoying the way our players play, the qualities they showed, the character that they showed, and I think and I hope they'll go away talking our young players up. We do it a lot. We're careful not to blow too much smoke at them and give them too much press ahead of time, because they still need to do more. But having people talking about them, have people appreciating them, as the fans will today hopefully, is great for them, and actually great for us to showcase our kids to a different group of fans who might not have seen them before. They represented themselves and the club very well tonight, I think.